like to call the work session to order, and I will turn it over to Mr. Wilkes.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney. We will begin tonight's work session with breaking news. We sent home some information to parents, and I think everyone here knows that we've got a staffing issue right now because of an illness, and we're not sure what the illness is just yet. But due to all the people that were out today, I think, Mr. Shaw, you were at 30 or 31. I think you may have lost one or so during the course of the day. And some of these were serious enough to warrant a little trip to the ER and receive some medical attention. So please know that tomorrow will be a virtual day, and this is only at the middle and high school. There's no indication, and Ms. Miller and I met at length this afternoon along with several other people in the room, there's any connection to cafeteria food. So we feel like the elementary school is perfectly fine, and we're going to proceed with a normal day tomorrow at the elementary school. But as you all know, the safety and well-being of our students is always our top priority. And we have notified health authorities, and we are working with those authorities in resolving the issue and having, a better understanding of exactly what has transpired for so many adults to be sick. And we do have a couple of students too that maybe have a similar issue. Advanced placement test tomorrow, they will proceed. I think our students have already received that information. We've got U.S. history and economics. The makeup day was after Memorial Day, and I doubt our seniors wanted to come back for that or something like that, Mr. Shaw. After the 4th of July, after Labor Day, it was really late. Of course, I'm exaggerating there, guys. It was, I do think, after Memorial Day, though. So we weren't going to do that. We'll get our kids in a safe environment. We'll get them out of there. All of our middle school and high school students should look at their Google Classroom. By 6 p.m. today, Mr. Shaw has asked the staff to have that information out there. And our staff from the middle and high school will be working from home tomorrow, unless Mr. Shaw or someone else has asked them to come in, and he does have select people coming in tomorrow to assist with testing and perhaps a little cleanup there. And I say a little cleanup. Mr. Blevins has contacted a contract group to come in and give us a thorough cleaning this weekend. So we feel good. I dropped an email this afternoon to all those that were sick, encouraged them to get the appropriate tests so we know exactly what we are treating, because you treat different things different ways. So, and again, nothing has been reported. Ms. Long, Dr. Long, we spoke this afternoon. Just your normal May attendance today. It was a good day. Not just a normal, it's better than normal, right? Probably 98% present. And tomorrow you've got a little something going on at school, field day. Ms. Hart, you're looking forward to that. She's upset that walk and roll got rained out of sorts, did it? No, but the walk and roll, I can't get it out tonight. Got rained out Wednesday. So you're excited about tomorrow because you missed that opportunity. I know how much you like to ride your bike to school. So OBS is in school tomorrow, the middle and high school virtual tomorrow. And we've done all the necessary things with the State Department. Again, we continue to work with the appropriate authorities. Anything, staff members, that I have forgotten? We've got some stuff out on social media. The best way that parents can treat this is via soap and water, not hand sanitizer, because hand sanitizer does not kill everything. So you need soap and water. Make sure that you're properly washing your hands after restroom and before you eat. Okay? Any questions from the board regarding that? Okay. Everybody good? Mr. Blevins, we're good on that? All right. We have a couple of items on the work session tonight. We're going to skip the MAC sponsorship information tonight due to time constraints. And we did that originally because we thought we were having our arts program tonight, and we wanted to get over and support those young people. But frankly, some of those teachers are not feeling well. So it is not canceled. It is postponed, and we will notify you of when we'll actually have that art extravaganza of sorts. Tuesday or Wednesday night of next week, okay? So look forward to that. Our students will work very hard. I attended the 6th and 7th grade concerts the other night. Phenomenal, phenomenal job. Just did a great job, our kids did. Some really sophisticated pieces for our 7th grade students. I thought it was really good. Mr. Gray, let's talk about budget amendments, sir.
So, good evening. I want to thank board, staff, all the members of our community who are here tonight. We'll walk through, Mr. Wilkes, if you can open that presentation everyone can see. The board does have a copy in front of them in case they want to look at it there. But we'll walk through the FY 2025 budget amendment, how we've adapted to new funding opportunities, how we're investing intentionally to advance instruction, infrastructure, and school safety, all while, of course, upholding our core values and continued focus on a strategic plan. As you'll see, the amendment affects several key areas. A combined statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance, which is what you're looking at here, will reflect our response to those new funding sources and evolving needs, ensuring that our budget remains balanced while maximizing the impact of every dollar. Changes to note here are an increase in fund balance, which is driven by local funds, and the adjustment to the beginning fund balances. This adjustment is just for fund balances simply to update based on actuals from prior year. Just a big overview of the budget amendment. You'll note that $3.2 million increase in general fund revenues and the offsetting $1.7 million increase in expenditures. The special revenue and capital projects funds saw little to no adjustments.
Any questions there? That's an important page.
Okay. This page here will give you just kind of a more detail as to what we just looked at. But just note, since our original budget was adopted, we've secured over $3.2 million in new revenues, including a $1.6 million appropriation from the City Council and multiple grants for instruction and technology. Those funds are being directed to school safety, college and career readiness, and classroom technology. Slide, please. One more. This is a look at general fund major revenues, and these are obviously going to be primarily local. The amended general fund budget now totals right at $22 million in major local revenues. That's up $1.6 million thanks to the City Council appropriation. But I want to note that the $1.6 million is earmarked for debt payments at OBES. We've talked about that a few times. What's important here is outside of that, our revenues and expenditures remain aligned, and we are showing a continued balanced budget.
So we've just set that aside, that 1.6 for the time being. It still will show in the
Yes,
month
sir.
reserve.
It will.
So just think, when you look at months reserve, Mr. Gray, am I correct to say, think minus $1.6 million is your true reserve?
Yes, sir.
Because that money eventually has to be used to pay debt, but we're not paying it in advance.
On the back up to the first one, when we got to the 3.207, and you said something expenses of, what was the expenses of?
There were $1.7 million increase in expenditures. So really, what you could do is take the $3 million less the 1.7, and you should get close to that 1.6 million.
Thank you.
Okay. If you'll go one more, sir, I think we've hit that one. Now here's the same look at the same major revenues, except we're going to look at year-to-date actuals versus a budgeted number. So we're seeing strong performance in ad valorem and sales tax collections exceeding projections. While the lodging tax receipt appears slightly lower, that's seasonal and expected, as we typically have only received 28 to 30% of our entire lodging tax budget at this point. Big takeaway would be that local revenue remains strong.
And the ad valorem, as we all know, is up.
Rentals have been down too, so that the Easter was late. Usually when Easter's late, April always suffers, so, you know, next year will be better in April. So hold on.
Interesting.
Okay, so on the expense side, now we're going to cover the $1.7 million in increased expenses. Instruction remains top priority, representing over 51% of general fund. You may note that this increase is really related to classroom instructional supplies and equipment. The most significant change is nearly $860,000 investment in capital outlay for facilities and equipment that improve both safety and classroom instruction. Next slide, sir. So this slide is really busy, but it's for the readers in the room that don't like the graphs. Really, it's a summary of what we just looked at. Big takeaways is instruction grew by $550,000 with new spending on instructional equipment, supplies, and teacher support. Capital outlay increased to fund technology upgrades and facility improvements, including $675,000 in advancement in technology funding. Operations and maintenance rose nearly $300,000, reinforcing commitment to safe, clean, and well-maintained schools.
A basic way to think about this change in expense is grant money in, expenditures out to pay for the grants.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Transportation, as we all know, is essential for school access and safety. We still operate our same 6 bus routes, and we've budgeted for services, supplies, and fleet renewal funds. The total operational budget for transportation is $472,000, and it reflects that commitment to keeping our fleet reliable, our driver supported, and our students safe. Currently, what you're looking at has no amendment from original budget. These are the same dollars we started the year with. Special revenue funds. On the federal side, we've seen small increase. If you'll go one more slide for me. About $7,600 across Title I and Title II, which is just related to an adjustment in allocation. And then we have had no changes in IDEA funding since the beginning of the year. CMP funds remain balanced. You'll note included in this $723,000 in revenue is a $300,000 transfer from the general fund. And again, there are no adjustments to this budget since the start of the year. And then the capital projects fund is focused entirely on long-term investments. There are no changes in this amendment. These funds were already allocated to major projects such as the athletic facility. And any of the fleet renewal funds that we receive, we're just kind of continuing to put those in reserve. So one day when we need to buy a new bus or something, we'll have the ability to do that.
Did I see where the state allocation for a bus was like 1/3 of the cost of a bus?
Our allocation from the state for fleet renewal annually is about 1/3 the cost of a bus. It'd take us 3 years of accumulating that to be able to buy a new bus.
Our last buses were 110, 115, 120.
Yes, sir.
So I can imagine
Probably
today they're probably
130,000, I think is the last
130,000
number I heard.
buying an air-conditioned bus. Very expensive.
Okay, so just to summarize, we've seen general fund growth thanks to local and state support. We're investing in instruction, safety, and technology, and we've aligned our dollars to our strategic plan and core values, ensuring that our financial resources serve our students now and in the future. And that is all for this, but as always, we welcome questions. Yes, ma'am?
So back on the page that says, general fund expenses by function,
Okay.
the 1,000 category versus 2,000, instructional versus instructional support.
Okay.
One grew quite a bit and one was tell me the difference in those and,
So the instruction increase was related to grant money that is primarily to be spent on safety, college career readiness, and classroom technology. The decrease in instructional support is a grant that we receive, a mental health grant that was reduced from the prior year. So what we expected at the beginning of the year was less than what we actually received.
We had that in behavior specialist that were also decreased,
Yes, sir.
so.
And then everything that is received, say a grant for technology, all that, is it specified within technology how you can spend it, or it can be anything?
It's pretty wide open, like your advancement in technology, which is a big chunk of this, I think about $980,000 of it, because we spent some in last fiscal year of that $1.2 million. It can only be used for safety measures, technology, and some renovations of sorts. So it's specified by law how it's to be.
Is it specified by time you have to spend, or?
So we'll be getting some new money from the legislative body this summer, and by September 30, 2026, it has to be expended. So the money that we have really just gone through had to be spent by September 30, 2025. But we've got another 1.3 million coming. Last year, that amount was 1.2 million. So yes, it is very specific by law how we can spend that.
And then some of the other funds are actually grants that we wrote specific to items, so we
But
know what those.
For that instructional support and everything, a lot of that money is there, and a lot of it's in operation and maintenance, because it's the security upgrades and so forth. So, all the stuff we've done with the camera systems and everything would be in one of these pots of money. All right,
Okay.
thank you, Mr. Gray.
Thank you all very much.
If you'll remain at the podium, sir, I think you actually have the next item as well, which are our financials. Anything in particular you'd like for us to look at tonight? The month of March?
No, I really didn't too much prepare for it, but if you want to pull it, you may, and we'll just run through the, probably just all the way down to the last slide, which will be the general fund analysis. Kind of hard to see there, as you see March revenues were 737,000 with expenditures of 1.6. When I go back and look at the prior year, this is very similar to where we were this last year. I'm not super surprised by that. We'll get through April and May. We'll still see those similar numbers, around $1 million that we'll lose fund balance along the way, and then we'll start building it back up. So currently we sit in reserves right at 6 months, and I think we were probably closer to 3 months this time last year. So we have made.
And 1.6 of that is still that debt service that we've got to pay. Is that in that amount?
That money has been received, yes, sir.
So it's showing in that 6 months. So think our monthly expenditure is roughly,
You can take out probably 3/4 of a month.
yeah. So we're still sitting at 5.5 easy.
Yes, sir.
So we're 2 months better than we were last year, and still would like from some lodging tax and stuff to come in. So that would be good.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Excellent job. Board members, everybody okay with the financials and the budget amendment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If everyone's okay, I'm just going to just buzz through this. We continue to do well with our MAC sponsorships. In board correspondence next week, I'll probably give you a little bit of an update. Most of the information there, you can see it for yourself. I think we're down to about 40 seats out of the 223 that are available in the stadium. And so if you know people, it's every Monday and Thursday. You can purchase through the central office chairbacks. And of course, we're selling chairbacks for volleyball too. That's a season that's right around the corner, believe it or not. And all the events, and I'll hit the events here in just a moment. We've added some pretty neat stuff to the athletic complex this coming year. So I'll hit that during announcements. So, any questions?
I've got one. You mentioned the band concert being postponed. What about the art display?
It will be, we'll do it again Tuesday or Wednesday night of next week.
The art display.
art display in the lobby.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Because of tonight's event being postponed, it'll still be up.
okay.
Too many screws to put in there to take it down just yet. Somebody went and purchased a screwdriver and took care of business, or somebody did. All right, anything else? Mr. McKinney, that's all we have tonight for work session then.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the board? Do you want to continue moving into the meeting, take a 5-minute break, or which? Moving on? That's fine with me. So at this time, our invocation will be led by Alex Addison, current SGA president. Alex?
How y'all doing?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Man, this is the last time I'll be in here in a while.
You can come back and see us after you graduate.
What'd you say?
I said, you can still come back and see us.
I can. I might not, but I might. Bittersweet.
He's a politician already.
Yeah. If y'all bow your heads in prayer, God, thank you for what you've done in Orange Beach, Lord. God, I just declare that you're not done with what you started, Lord. God, I pray that you just bring people with pure hearts into Orange Beach, Lord. That we can be a town that doesn't just say, "In God we trust," in our school board meetings, but we actually mean it, Lord, that our help actually comes from you, Lord, and it's not just empty words, Father. God, thank you for what you're doing in Orange Beach and in the hearts of people in Orange Beach. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Man,
Thank you,
I was
Alex.
wrong, maybe pastor.
That was very good.
Yeah, that was a good prayer,
That was
dude.
good.
At this time, I'd like to call the board meeting to order, and we'll have the pleasure of having Ms. Libby Tierce, SGA Vice President, to lead us in the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, we're gonna bring them up during announcements. We'll bring you guys up during announcements.
Thank you, Libby, Miss Libby Tierce. Appreciate the two of you. Y'all have been here several times this year. You've done a great job, and we're gonna miss you. And I'd like to, the good news, Alex is going to Auburn,
And Libby's going to.
and Libby's going somewhere else. Congratulations to both of you. A roll call, please.
Mr. McKinney,
Here.
Dr. Bauer,
Here.
Ms. Robinson,
Here.
Mrs. Nix,
Here.
Mr. Stewart.
Roll Tide. Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. At this time, you have seen the agenda that was posted. The chair would entertain a motion concerning the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Stewart, second by Ms. Robinson. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The agenda is approved. You've had an opportunity to review the previous minutes. The chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Dr. Bauer, second by Ms. Nix. Does anyone have any additions, corrections, changes? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Recognition of guests.
Well, it's pretty much all family this evening, so Ms. Payne is with us this evening, Mr. Howard from AEA, and Ford, our good friend with the city. Everybody, it's all family tonight.
Well, I think Ms. Payne's been adopted.
Yes, yes.
No.
Faithful,
She has a very good attendance record.
yes.
Thank you. Public comments, did anyone sign up?
No, sir.
No comments. Announcements, Mr. Wilkes.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney. We're going to ask Alex and Libby if you would come back to the podium. Mr. Castillo, would you like to say anything about your two fine students before you turn the, I'm assuming you were going to give them the floor? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think leading this year, they've done a phenomenal job, especially Alex. They've been very good at coming up with ideas, but then waiting for things to work through the system and get approved, and let's make sure we don't, do anything dumb. And they've been really, really good about that, which is not the case for most SGAs. So having taught both of them, I'm very, very proud of both of them. Libby took her AP Stats test today, and we hope she did great on that. He takes AP Pre-Cal on Tuesday, and he's gonna do great on that. And so they really just are two terrific examples of what the Make a Way is.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very much. Alex and Libby, we'll turn the microphone over to you.
Yeah, on behalf of SGA, we want to invite y'all to some events, but before I say that, Mr. Wilkes, Mr. Shaw, and everybody here, like, leadership's a lonely place. You get a lot of recognition and you get a lot of crap too, you know what I mean?
We
But-
do.
Not in that order.
I think we've missed the first part of that.
Yeah, but like I want to recognize y'all. Y'all do a great job at reaching out to y'all students. It's hard, especially like in the times we live now. Like Shaw trying to figure out legal stuff when I'm trying to do dumb stuff with the school. You know what I mean? And working with me with it, like I'm thankful for y'all, and I'm thankful for everything y'all are doing for Orange Beach.
Thank you.
And I hope y'all continue to have the same enthusiasm about making an amazing school system.
Thanks.
But Libby, if you want to invite them to.
Yes. So coming up, we have a lot of senior events, and we'd love if y'all want to join them with us. So we have our senior dinner tonight. It's at 6, and awards start at 6:45. It's at the Coastal Arts Center. And then May 12th, we have our last ride. It starts at 3 at school, so we're just all gonna drive off of school. Yeah. May 20th at 10 p.m., we have our graduation walk at the elementary school. And then right after that at 1, we have our academic awards in the PAC. And then last, we have our baccalaureate at 6 p.m. in the PAC the same day. So we'd love if y'all joined us for those.
Anything else?
That is all.
Great job, guys. How about a round of applause for our seniors? We're going to get one last photo with you guys. I know we went by and had a little talk with the leadership class second period several weeks ago, and we put together those wonderful feather flags with our belief system on it. And I challenged them to take it upon themselves to strategically locate those flags throughout the campus. And Alex especially took that to heart. And it was literally like, do you remember Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
It's like, where are the flags going to be today? And you did an outstanding job. So we could think of no better gift than to give you guys but a Make a Way flag. So please come on stage.
Alex and Libby, I want to tell you this. You were kidding around about us putting up with the crowd. I mean, that's a rumor. But if we did, it's all worthwhile to have young people like you come
That's
before
right.
us, headed off into the world to go to our universities and to be a major contributor to this country as a citizen. So kudos to you and thank you.
Hey, remind me, is this the third time this school year that you've been here and led the prayer? I tell you, each time it's been to, I believe the intention is to recognize you guys, but each time you have blessed us, you've encouraged us, and that's amazing. I can't wait to watch what each of you do at the next level.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope he continues to pray for you.
Next, Mr. McKinney, we've got some important dates. Board members know that we're going to just start simply placing a calendar of events in this location each month, and just a little bit easier. We've had a lot of different activities. The regatta on Sunday was phenomenal.
It was.
It was well-attended, and the kiddos, the boats are floating better now than ever. I'm not going to ask any questions as to how. I think some dads have figured out some stuff, but it's all legal, it's all legit, okay? We've had a lot of ceremonies, awards programs that have been taking place. Of course, the walk and roll got rained out the other night. Fine Arts Night postponed. We've got kindergarten and sixth grade graduation coming up. It's great to have those kids graduate. They'll be in the Performing Arts Center with those programs. I don't have this on here. We'll be playing for a state championship next week, okay? So that's not on here, but it's exciting, and several of us will be in Oxford for that. More Awards Day. There's a graduation walk, which is always very emotional, a pretty cool event. Alex and them have taken you through all the senior programs. Don't forget, May 22nd at the Event Center, we've got graduation. We'll have the robes there. And so what do you think, 4:15? I would recommend getting there because there's also a concert that night. So 4:15. And of course, we'll meet in the back like we've done in the past. And probably, Mr. Shaw, we walked out and came in the front with leading the students last year, did we not? And that's the plan for this year as well? Okay. Got a lot of, say a lot, we've got a fair amount of retirements. Please note the times there, and we asked the principals to let us go first so that we can travel from one school to the next. So if you'd like to come and honor our retirees, I'm sure you probably want a list of who those are. I know it's all in the board packet, but we can probably put together a little list for you. We will take Memorial Day, and we have summer school coming up, literacy camps, 4-day work weeks, PD, excited about that opportunity for our high school and middle school. The board retreat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's right, June 2nd. We've got some work to do. I'll send you my information on the professional learning plan next week. I have it ready for you. Then on June 12th, we've got another work session and board meeting. Of course, that'll be here. Professional development, new employee orientation, and then we're right back in the swing of things again on August the 1st. We'll have Institute, first thing that's on a Friday. We'll be out at the Oasis. You're invited to attend all of those. August the 6th, we will do a reopening of CSAN and STARS. That's going to be an exciting event, so please put that on your calendar. The MAC Gala has already been planned. And then on the 14th at 7 p.m., the athletic complex, the facility reveal and fan appreciation night. You want to put that on your calendars too. That's going to be a very exciting event. We'll bring you in at 6:15. It'll kind of be like wedding day. We'll do the pictures up front, and then we'll have the program at 7. Okay, and we'll get all this information to you. And then our opener in both football and volleyball. I'm not sure who our volleyball opponent is on the 28th, but we'll have the Alberta game on the 23rd. There's actually a exhibition game, scrimmage, if you will, the week before that in football. It will not be in the new stadium. It'll have to be in the former stadium. The first time we'll actually play in that stadium will be on the 23rd. And I am super excited about being the state's Thursday night game of the week. We have cut a deal with Alabama Public Television, Alabama High School Athletic Association. They are carrying a statewide game once a week, and we got out in front and asked for that. And so Satsuma, that game will be moved to a Thursday night. All games of the week will be on Thursday night. Cool thing is they'll roll in on Wednesday. They'll run around town and shoot some wonderful B-roll. I'm sure they'll get some sand and some C's and so forth. And then that night, they'll go live from the stadium on Thursday night from 5 until 6 p.m., and then they'll break for news, and they'll come back to us 7 to 10:30. So we will have 4.5 hours of statewide coverage through public television. So that's exciting. Then the 20th is Freedom Festival. And then our first ever Sounds of the Island Band Festival. And we're looking for 16 or 18 bands from across Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida Panhandle to come and join us in a band festival. Troy University has committed to us that they will be the exhibition band that night. So I know there'll be at least one 300-plus band there, and I think they're pretty good. A little better than maybe a North Alabama or something. And he's in the audience tonight. No, North Alabama has a good band too. But that's going to be exciting, and this is pretty neat. We were asked to host the Canine Association's, the exhibition and competition for canine dogs. So we'll have about 75 law enforcement vehicles from across Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and they will have dog demonstrations in our stadium, and then they'll have some competition. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure, you know, what we'll do with the dogs because we have a lot of turf. So don't play in the grass afterwards, is all I got to say. Then Seafood Festival, and then we've already got graduation on there. So there's a lot going on. Just about the time we think we're going to break for summer and catch a little bit of a break, you know, there's a lot going on. Staff, did I miss anything as far as the announcements?
Just a kudos for Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins was outstanding. I believe it's my favorite that I've seen thus far while being here, maybe ever, from a high school group. And she did fly on numerous occasions. And gosh, I can't think of the student's name that did the little flip in the air. Yep, did a phenomenal job with the little flip. It had ages. I don't know how many of you got to go see that, but really expanding what Ms. Stanton has done with the elementary students is just really phenomenal. And they're very talented. It takes a community to have such a program, and fortunately our city is very supportive of the arts, as is the school system. So, anything else? Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to divulge so deeply into that. And then we're also very excited, I think you all saw social media, that we've got, we're keeping that 100 going as far as a health rating. And Ms. Miller and I got to go around to all the cafeterias this past week. Was that this past week or was that the week before? Was it last Friday? Okay, it all starts to run together. I don't know why. But they do just a great job, and they appreciate any recognition. So I encourage them to, you know, this time next year, we'll come back around and do another presentation. So that speaks well. Any questions or comments about the announcements? Okay.
Next item, information item number 10.
Yes, sir. So I provided for the board members the tenure list for this year. That's just simply for information purposes only.
Okay. Next item is an executive session.
Yes, sir. I'd recommend that we enter into executive session for about 15 or 20 minutes. The reasons for that would be possible pending litigation.
That's an appropriate reason under the Alabama Open Meetings Act as amended. We just need to make sure that the public is aware that there are action items to take place afterwards. We'll need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote.
The chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Nick, second by Mr. Stewart. Roll call.
Mr. McKinney?
Yay.
Mr. Bauer?
Yes.
Ms. Nix?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 5:10.
We will adjourn for about 15, no, we'll be in here. We used to go to a different room, but not anymore, so. I would like to call us back in session after the executive session and move on with the action items.
Yes, sir. Action item number 1 is that of personnel. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following personnel recommendations. I'll ask if there are any set-asides.
I see none.
So we first have certified items that are retirement for this school year and resignation, both certified employees. We have non-renewal recommendations for certified employees for this school year. There are some employment recommendations for certified employees for the 25-26 school year. And we also have classified items tonight. We've got some resignation of classified employees for the 24-25 school year, non-renewal recommendations also for the 24-25 school year, and we have employment recommendations of certified employees for the 25-26 school year.
The chair would entertain a motion for the approval of the recommendation of the personnel package from the superintendent.
So moved.
Motion by Dr. Bauer, second by Ms. Robinson. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Second action item deals with that of Teams contract. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following Teams contracts.
The chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Nix, second by
Shannon.
Ms. Robinson.
She just has a deep voice.
Discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Action item number 3 is that of performance contracts. The superintendent recommends approval of the following performance contracts.
Chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Stewart, second by Dr. Bauer. Discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Action item number 4, we have ARI and numeracy contracts lengthened. The superintendent recommends the approval of 10-month contracts for the following positions: elementary reading coach and elementary math coach. And if we receive a first and second, probably more for the general public, would like to make a comment.
Chair would entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Robinson, second by Ms. Nix. Discussion, comment.
The State Department has required all of the math contract personnel, the coaches, to fall underneath a 10-month contract. It's not required of the reading coaches. We just see the two as very much equals and would like to extend both of those contracts to 10 months.
What does that mean in practice?
That means you've got two people doing very similar jobs, one in math, one in reading. By law, the math person has to get a 10-month contract. Why shouldn't we also do it for the reading person who's doing the very same type work and has a tremendous track record?
I mean, I'm not against it, but is it giving them another additional month on the salary?
Roughly, you're going to get another 20 days on contract, so you take your average daily rate and you multiply it by another 20 days and add it back to the 187 days.
Okay, but is there additional work?
220? 202 days. 202. How many? 15? I don't know why we don't add 20, because it's typically a month, but
He loves
yeah.
throwing numbers. If you-
So, thank you, Mr. Blevins.
So my other question is, does that mean they work additional days?
They do work additional days, and they get paid the same rate.
Normally, it's 11 days before and then 4 days after.
Okay,
And that's sometimes worked out amongst the elementary principal, Dr. Law will. Most of that's needed for the numeracy camp and the reading camps that we have in June. So that's where they'll do most of their work. There's a lot of data to be collected, a lot of state reports, and there's a lot of still coaching that needs to be done during the summer. So these very well used positions.
thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
The superintendent recommends board approval of the attached financial statements, and you'll see those down below for the month of March.
Chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Dr. Bauer, second by Ms. Robinson. Discussion or questions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Action item number 6, we have the budget amendment that Mr. Gray went over during the work session. We recommend the board approval of the budget amendment as attached.
Chair would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Stewart, second by
Second.
Ms. Nix. Discussion, additional questions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. The motion carries.
Action item number 7, school board meeting dates. The superintendent recommends approval of the attached board meeting dates for 25-26.
You've had a chance to review those. Any discussions? I'll take a motion first.
So moved.
Motion by Dr. Bauer, second by
Me.
Ms. Robinson. Now, discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
We have a few discussion items, or one discussion item. Mr. McKinney, we've attached there for you the first reading of the proposed job description and salary schedule for the position of athletic trainer. Do we have any questions about that job description?
I don't see in there where it says he has to pass the David Nix test.
Well,
Where
I-
is that in there? I can't
Well,
see
he was
it.
one of the co-authors, sir, so that's as close as we can get.
Good.
We got his input in developing this, and we certainly appreciate Coach Nix and all that he's done and going to continue to do for our student athletes. All right, there are no other questions. Mr. McKinney, I think we're down to election of board officers.
At this time every year, we elect the president and vice president of the board. The floor is now open for nominations for president.
Nominate Randy McKinney.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything.
I'm 18 years old, and I'm not a felon, so I can do that. And I'm American too, by golly.
Markin.
Thank you. Are there any additional nominations?
Second.
Second. All right.
Do I record the nomination?
Yeah, so we have the nomination on the floor, nominations is
Second.
closed, so we'll take that as the motion from Robert.
Emotion.
To have a motion to close the nominations, do I have a second?
And then second from Robert.
Nominations are closed.
Are you
Shannon.
willing?
Oh.
Shannon seconded.
Yes, you do. record that.
Don't ask him that.
Yes.
And I'll help you with it if you need.
I am willing to serve
I'm teasing.
with sarcasm, but I will serve.
I think you've done a fabulous job, and I would
Yeah,
like to see
appreciate
us
you.
continue.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Here's your chance, anybody. All right, the motion carries. The floor is now open for nominations for vice president.
Nelson Bauer.
I have a motion for Nelson Bauer. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any additional nominations? Seeing none, those in favor of Dr. Bauer say aye.
Dr. Bauer, are you willing to do it?
Thanks, yeah, I'm willing to do it.
Did you vote
Yeah.
for
One of
yourself?
these days, we need a female, I'm just saying.
You don't vote for yourself. All right.
I don't speak well.
Is it unanimous?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The next meeting, June 12th, but we have a meeting on June
June
2nd.
2nd.
Oh, wait, the 12th, for real. I am, we moved it up. It's not on Thursday, is it?
It is on Thursday.
I'll be here.
But it's at 5 o'clock. No, I got
4:30.
it wrong. 4:30 on that one.
I would like to
June
do,
the 12th, I'm gonna, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry, it's the next weekend. I'm sorry.
since we're coming off of a retreat
Yeah.
on June the 2nd, I'd like to abbreviate the work session personally and go to a concert that night. It's that little,
Depends on how many tickets you have.
and I need 10 or 12, one for each. But yes,
All right.
June 12th is our next official meeting.
All right, that's the next meeting, and the chair would now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second, I have a motion and a second.
Robert and
Robert, me.
Robert, and then a second by Dr. Bauer, because he's supposed to be somewhere 30 minutes ago.
My team's losing in 8U baseball, and I'm the pitcher.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you for your time.